Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is December 10th, 2020. Now we're going to talk about a very popular actor named was Thomas Lister, who passed away at the age of 62 today. And most of you know him from the movie Friday. He played as Deebo. And he also he had many iconic movies. He's always playing these tough characters. And he died today. And they have no cause of death for this man. TMZ just reported his death about an hour ago. So there's not a lot of details out on his cause of death. But of course, this is another ritual murder. You know, in the time that I've been doing this is probably one of the easiest decodes that I had to do ever. You know, it took me like 15 minutes to look at this story and know that this man was a ritual sacrifice. I mean, just the number of, just his age of death alone should ring a bell. Those of you are aware of this code and have some understanding of the knowledge, you know that we talk about the number 62 a lot in this channel. Because in Gematria, sacrifice equals 62. So that's why they're reporting him dead at 62 years old. And also today, the day that he died, was a day with 62 numerology. But I'm going to read some of the reporting so you guys can see how these, the people who report the news, they don't give out any details on these actors. They just say that this person is found dead and that's it. Person writes a whole article and doesn't give out any details. I mean, what was the point of writing this article if you're not going to tell the people what happened to this actor? Anybody who researches this man's cause of death or the story of his death is going to look for a reason why he died. But of course, they don't provide that. And a lot of the times, they don't provide a cause of death. They'll probably come out weeks after and say that this man died from, either natural causes, or they'll probably say coronavirus, because that's like they favorite this year. All the celebrities are done from coronavirus. They don't ever give out any specifics. But if you understand this code of Gematria, then you don't really need for the mainstream media to tell you what happened to this actor. This actor was ritualistically sacrificed, like most celebrities in the headlines. And we've been proving that for almost 2 years, The person that uncovered this code, he been proving it for almost 8 years. So, I mean, there shouldn't be no doubts in people's mind that this is what's going on in the mainstream and really all over the world. Not only in mainstream, but a lot of non-celebrities get sacrificed by this code as well. But every now and then we get new people here that debate this stuff and call it a conspiracy. There's nothing conspiracy about. Well, in a way, this stuff is a conspiracy because, the mainstream media is hiding it from the public. But everything that we speak about in these videos are factual information that you can verify on your own, I'm going to give out very little opinion in this video. Everything that I'm going to, explain, the viewer can verify on their own. For example, if I say that this actor died at the age of 62 and then he died on a day with 62 numerology, you at home can verify that. And it's simple. Just add the date. Today is December, which is 12th. Today is the 10th of the month. And of course, 2020. So just think about it, right? So 20. So 22 plus 40 is 62. So he died on a day with 62 numerology at the age of 62. There's no conspiracy in that. That is a fact. You can verify that on your own. Now, if I say the word sacrifice sums to 62, it's real easy. You could come to this website, gematrinator.com, and type in the word sacrifice. Or you could take a pen and paper and just add up the values on your own. In the most pure cipher, in reverse full reduction, which is still one of the purest ciphers known in his code, the word sacrifice is 62. This is 4 ciphers. This stuff is really easy in case you guys are new here. This is the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. I tend to call these two ciphers the purest ciphers because these two ciphers, you have to reduce each letter into a single digit number. So every single letter is in its purest form. Notice the 4 values of sacrifice. We're going to be talking about these 4 numbers in this video. And like I said, this stuff is really easy. The word sacrifice has gematria value of 73, 46, 170, and 62. And the way you figure out these numbers is just simply by adding the letters together, right? So the letter S, that's the 19th letter in the alphabet. It equals 19 in this cipher. This is the alphabetic order. A is the first, C is the third, R is the 18th, I is the 9th, and so on. You add up all of the values and it sums to 73. So 19 plus 1 plus 3 plus 18 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9 plus 3 plus 5 equals 73. So sacrifice equals 73 in the alphabetic order. Now this cipher is where you convert all the double-digit letters into single-digit numbers. So for example, the 19th letter is S. S is the number 19 is still a double digit. So the way you convert 19 into a single digit is by adding 1 plus 9, which equals 10. But the number 10 is still a double digit, so you have to do it again. So then you add 1 plus 0, and then you get 1. So in this cipher, the letter S becomes 1 because you're reducing it into a single digit, right? So 1 plus 9 is 10, then you got to do it again. 1 plus 0 is 1. And you do that to every single letter. These two ciphers is the alphabetic order in reverse. So instead of A being 1, in this cipher, A is actually 26. And then you count back down. Really simple stuff. We're going to be discussing all 4 of these values in regards to this actor's death. But let's read the reporting. It says that Tommy Tiny Lister, best known for his role in the Friday franchise, has reportedly died at the age of 62. Right, the sacrifice number. Sources tell TMZ the actor was found unconscious Thursday in his Los Angeles area apartment. He was declared dead at the scene, and officials have yet to determine a cause of death. His manager, Cindy Cohen, confirmed the news severity. He was a wonderful guy with a heart of gold. Everyone loved him. A very gentle giant, Cohen said. We're all devastated. Okay. They don't give out any details of what happened to him. He was found dead in his apartment, and the officials have yet to determine the cause of death. I mean, what's the point of reading this article? You guys learned nothing from reading this article, except that he was 62. Something that you could have verified on Wikipedia. But I think the reason they don't discuss the cause of death right away is because they're probably going to release it on a perfect day. It's probably going to come out on a day with 38 numerology, which is, I think the next one is December 22nd. So we might get his cause of death on December 22nd or, maybe just 38 days after his death. And, it's like this. These people love patterns. They love doing things by a very systematical order. That's how this stuff works. So, it's beyond just letters and numbers. You also have to look at dates on the calendar. That's the other side of this code. They love to measure from dates, which we're going to do in this video. So we learned absolutely nothing from TMZ and Variety. All we know is that he died at 62, and he was found dead in his apartment, which are like very minuscule details. But I think the reason they do that is because, those tiny details, funny, his name is Tiny, right? But those small details that they give out, I think we can tell so much from that because they pretty much just tell us the whole ritual with just those few details that they gave out. Because if you read the reporting, they said that he died in Marina del Rey, which I guess is the city where he lived. And notice the gematria of Marina del Rey. Sums to 62, and then he dies at the age of 62 on a day with 62 numerology. It also sums to 199, and that's the 46 prime number. Remember, sacrifice equals 46. So again, like I said, we're going to speak about all 4 of these values because he died in connection to all four of these numbers. So the location where he died sums to 62, like his age of death. It also sums to 199, the 46 prime number. And then it sums to 73. Notice sacrifice, 73, 46, and 62. As for the 170, the actor was born on June 24th, and he died 169 days after his birthday. And his name, Tommy Lister, sums to 169. If you include the end date, then he died on the 170th day of his age, right? Sacrifice is 170. So the location where he died sums to 73, 46, and 62. And then he dies on the 170th day of his age. Like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of you may know him from the iconic films Friday. I think he was in the second part too, next Friday as well. And the first part was released on April 26, 1995. And notice from the date of the release of the film to his reported death today on December 10th, it's a span of 25 years and 228 days. Now, these two numbers are very common, very familiar, and very repetitive in these rituals because the word death sums to 25 and 228. So he dies 228 days after the 25-year anniversary of the release of Friday. Death is 25 and 228. One of the main characters in this film, of course, is Ice Cube. I think he's the one responsible for the sequels of this film. He's probably responsible for the first one as well. But Ice Cube was born June 15th. And from today to Ice Cube's upcoming birthday, which would be his 52nd birthday, the actor died 187 days before Ice Cube's birthday. A very common number, right? 187, the homicide code, Society of Jesus is 187. And notice Tommy Lister's name, right? Thomas Lister Jr. It sums to 187. He died 187 days before Ice Cube's birthday. And notice the gematria of his name, right? It sums to 187, 79, like murder, 191, like the Society of Jesus. Which was, same gematria, right? Society of Jesus is 191, 187, and 79, just like the guy's name. He dies 187 days before the main character of Friday, Ice Cube's birthday. So this is a very clear ritual here. Another sacrifice by the numbers, Not only is the guy 62, but he dies on the day with 62 numerology and the perfect location. Marina Del Rey, which sums to 62. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this has to be one of the easiest ones that I've done. And one of the most in-your-face type rituals. I mean, talk about perfect all around. His age of death, he even dies on the 170th day of his age. The closest one to this is probably the Kobe Bryant death that we had earlier this year, where his name sums to 41 and he died on the 157th day of his age. And Kobe Bryant is 157 and 41 in Gematria. But, the more you become familiar with these numbers, once you read the headline, dead at 62, then you already know. Sacrifice, 62. But a lot of people don't understand the meaning of numbers. They don't understand that letters have numerical values. They don't understand that words equal numbers. They don't understand that. And a lot of people who come across these videos, they just brush it off as conspiracy and say that this is bullshit. And it's not. This stuff goes on all the time. All the time. Speaking of the actor, he also died 28 weeks before his birthday. 28 weeks. And the word kill in Gematria is 28. He died exactly 28 weeks before his birthday. For those of you that are new here, you should listen to the song Murder by Numbers and read the lyrics. It talks about how killing is the sport of the elite. And the people who perform that song, the name of the band is The Police. And who reported the news to TMZ? It was law enforcement. It says law enforcement sources tell us they got a call. It says here that law enforcement sources tell us they got a call to the actor's Marina Del Rey apartment Thursday. But you see how small this article is, but yet they told us so much. Because they told us that he died in Marina Del Rey with sums of 62 and 199 to 46 prime and 73 like sacrifice. And then they told us that he died on Thursday. So that's all we needed to know, really, to know the ritual. Because then we measure from his last birthday to today, and then we find out that he died on the 170th day of his age. The sacrifice number. We're told the coroner's at his home, but there's no word yet on the cause of death. They'll probably come out with a cause of death that sums to 62. I wouldn't put it past these people. I mean, that's how they do it all the time. They love to mock the people who don't understand this language of Gematria. This stuff is really simple, really easy. Take the time to just apply the knowledge, and you're going to be doing this faster than me probably. It took me around 15 minutes to look at this actor's news and put together this presentation. Literally took me like 15 minutes. I mean, TMZ put this article out at 5:39 Pacific, right? So that's 3 hours from now. So this came out at 8:40. At 9 o'clock, I was already done once I came across this article. It's 9:50 right now on the East Coast. Because these people are so repetitive. They use the same numbers all the time. And something I always talk about here is the number 38. And you guys didn't think I wasn't going to talk about that number, right? Notice when you write out 62, it sums to 38. I just have to talk about 38 because they always put that number in there. That number means so much to them when it comes to ritual deaths, right? So the actor dies at the age of 62. When you write out 62 as a word, it sums to 38. And, of course, the word death is 38. Death is also 25. He died on 25 years after the release of Friday, 228 days after the 25-year anniversary. Death is also 228. But killing is 38 as well. RIP is also 38. And, of course, murder is also 38. It's also 79 like his name. That song that I was talking about, Murder by Numbers, it came out in 1983. Right? Notice murder is 83. And there's a lot more to that. But just want to say rest in peace to Tommy Lister. Very iconic actor, A lot of people remember him from Friday. And I guess he played the character Zeus as well. He had a number of movies that I've seen in the past. One more thing before we ended. I don't know if this is. It could be coincidental, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with Deebo Samuel. He's the wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, and I find it strange that this guy was on the injury list all this time, and then on the day that the actor who played Deebo dies, he returns from his fake injury. I don't know. I don't know if these two stories are related, but the guy's name is Deebo Samuel, and they call him Deebo. He makes his return to football the day that Deebo, the actor that played Deebo, dies. Sick stuff that these people do, And I know a lot of you that may be new here be like, well, how are these two things related? I mean, watch some more videos, become familiar with the way these people do it. These people do these rituals it's like a web, it's very complex at first, but then once you get the hang of it, you're like, oh, look at that, I mean, just think about how on September 11th, right after September 11th, they passed the Patriot Act And then what was the most dominant team in football? It was the Patriots. I'm telling you, this is how they do this. This is how they do these things all the time. Not only do the other rituals sick, but on top of that, they have to mock the people who don't understand it. They love mocking the people, like how we just had the guy named COVID Kapoor. COVID Kapoor. He makes this suit in 2019 with a mask, and the guy name is COVID. And then they put it in the headlines because that's how they mock the people after they do the ritual. A 2019 Project Runway contestant named COVID, who made mask, has people buzzing. I mean, not only is the guy named COVID, but then he makes a suit with a mask. And then his name sums to that iconic number that we've been talking about all year, 56. And knows he was born Kevin Kapoor, and then his name is the same as his stage name. In all four of the ciphers that I was talking about earlier. And coronavirus is 56. He makes a suit with a mask in 2019. How is that even possible? What are the odds? But yeah, they do this all the time. So just wanted to put that point in there. But I want to say rest in peace to Tommy Lister Jr. Another ritual murder. Yeah, the guy name is COVID Kapoor, sums to 56. He was born Kevin Kapoor. That name sums to 56. I mean, they treat us like we the dumbest people on earth, I mean, what are the odds that he makes a suit with a mask in 2019 and the guy name is COVID? I mean, the odds of that is like hitting the lottery 3 times in one day, It's like, how can people see that and not think anything of it, And then when you apply Gematria to it, it just like, first, if you apply Gematria, it should just make you smile. Like, like, oh, look at that, 56. But even without Gematria, you could just see right through that. That's just mockery. Mockery. And then for this story, Deebo Samuel returns to a limited practice the same day that Deebo dies. I mean, what are the odds? So yeah, so I'll leave it there. I really wish people would hit the like button so more people can see these videos, and share it. If you guys can share it on your Facebook, on your social media, I would really appreciate it because I know Tommy Lister had a lot of fans, and a lot of people are probably gonna watch this video, and you guys should know that whatever they say Tommy died from, it's all fake. He did not die from that. He was murdered, like every other celebrity that's in the mainstream media. These people are being murdered. I mean, the guy died in the perfect location, Marina Del Rey. His son's to 62. He dies at the age of 62. On a day with 62 numerology. And if you know the meaning of that number, then you should already know what this is. This is a sacrifice. And I don't know if he was born this way or something happened to him, but just the one eye closed like that. I mean, that's just Masonic symbolism right there, right? The one eye symbolism. Now, why is his one eye lower than the other one? I mean, maybe he was made to lower his eye on purpose, just to show the one eye symbolism. Because we see this with a lot of celebrities, right? We have Fetty Wap, the rapper. Same thing with him. And there's a lot of celebrities, if you pay attention, they are missing like one eye, Remember Lisa Left Eye Lopez? That was another one that always covered one eye. This is all symbolism. We also had Lisa Left Eye, right? All these people missing their left eye. Well, I guess she wasn't missing her left eye, but I remember her having her left eye covered. Okay, so this one here. Yeah, I remember when I was younger, she was always having like one eye covered for some reason, and now I know why. That's all Masonic symbolism. But you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and again, rest in peace to Mr. Thomas Lister.